Good afternoon and welcome back to Take One with Ronnie Lloyd Nanos. I'm really ecstatic to have our next guest today on Volume 2 of Take One. This is the incomparable, the legend herself, Lawanda Jackson.
Ronnie, you're too kind.
No, not at all.
You're too kind and you're handsome.
I'm too honest, is what it is. But actually, I'm really excited to have you. As I was talking earlier, of all our guests and people, I've been involved in the Vegas entertainment about a decade, and I've actually known you for over 2 decades, and you know my partner, his best friend.
I adore him.
And oh well, thank you, he adores you as well. But I'm like, I was actually a fan of yours before I even knew you through that community. I had watched you at the old plantation in El Paso. So you're taking me way back. So when I talk about legends and bringing out, we have a burlesque legend, Tiffany Carter, but in the drag community and just in entertainment, that you are an actual legend, and I mean that in the most adoring ways as an entertainer.
And I accept it because I'm proud to be alive to see it.
That's right, you are. You as an entertainer, as an artist, and you're still out there and doing. Again, I would really, and as ecstatic, it's an honor to have you here. And you know what I've seen you do as an artist and performer through the years. And it's just some of the things and struggles that you've been through, but just always first as an entertainer, even still on stage, you're amazing.
With one arm.
With one arm. Yeah, just to make some clarity, I mean, Lawanda Jackson has a multi-title winner. I mean, you name any drag or pageant title in the United States, she's won it. I remember when you were...
I didn't win it, but I got close.
You got close, absolutely. I remember when you were headlining a show at Harris Casino in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I remember my partner and his best friend, who you've worked for in Amarillo, Texas, when they sponsored you for your national pageants. Again, I've seen you do Michael Jackson, Tina Turner. The list goes on. I know I'm just making it. I should let you speak a little bit here to give your journey. And you were also an advocate representing the queer community. Back down to the days of people, living with HIV, and you suffered a stroke a little over a decade ago. Am I correct?
Yeah, actually, next month. A stroke and an aneurysm.
A stroke and an aneurysm that paralyzed half your body. That you were out of commission for a couple years.
Took about 2.5, 3 years.
And
couldn't speak or walk.
And I mean, I'm excited because I am lucky to have you in our show that we're doing a month from now, Queer as Fuck, here as our headliner, as our legend headliner. And I'm going to tell you all something. If you have not seen Lawanda Jackson perform live on stage, you need to be there. Amazing performance.
I don't think it's my performance. I really think it's my energy.
It is your energy.
People say when I walk in the room, they go,
Who is that?
Who is that?
Who is that?
I don't see it, but they say it's all over.
Well, it is. It's good. And that actually leads me into the question that I wanted to segue in. As an artist and entertainer, what would be your best advice to up-and-coming artists that really want to make their mark? Is it about entertainment? Is it about look what I can do, or is it about that energy? And what do you do? How do you manage that in the entertainment community to stay relevant through the years?
You have to surround yourself with people with good work ethic first.
Absolutely.
Ronnie, you know, as an artist, because we are the baggage we carry.
Yes, we are.
Around us.
Yes, ma'am.
I just had this conversation in Palm Springs where I work at Oscars. I told the young girl, if you want longevity, make sure that your aesthetic is clean, the way you talk to people is clean, be respectful of everybody around you, because one day you might need them.
Absolutely.
And when you get a reference from another artist, if you're drinking and doing drugs or cursing somebody out or being disrespectful, it's going to cloud over you for the rest of your career.
You never know.
You don't know.
Never know.
You don't know.
Wow, that's good. And again, and I think it's so crazy with nowadays with social media, and you see a lot of warring people on the things, and it to me it's so disheartening. We've all been guilty. Again, I'm naturally known as a very temperamental person through my youth, and as I've gotten older, I've just gotten to appreciate the times that I have with the people that I love. I'm like, quit that. Just enjoy yourself. And I see that on social, and it doesn't mean people don't have their reasons for whatever it is that they're making statements about or need to get into some kind of turmoil. I honestly believe you're never going to win a Facebook war. That's just my opinion, and I don't want to negate anybody's hard feelings about stuff. But I also want to see a little more joy and we do this because we love this.
We want that.
Yeah.
But we want that. But when people go on, what you know, because I teach classes and coach.
You do.
I tell them social media is not your friend.
You're right.
At all.
You're right.
Social media is just an outlet for you to project how you feel, what your views are, but what your views are not my views.
And it's okay to disagree.
And it's so, Ronnie, you can shake my hand on that one.
Absolutely.
You can disagree, but still love each other behind it.
Exactly.
I sat next to a guy who had a Make America Great Again hat.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Ma'am, do you like my hat?" I said, "Sir, actually I do, because I'm a drag queen.
Yeah.
So I have a gay pride shirt and gay pride hat.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you wear it well, and you're handsome."
There you go.
And we were fine the whole trip.
It was that simple. Again, it's that aspect. I think it's so crazy nowadays that, it seems so tribal. It seems so. And again, I think sometimes we're not opening ourselves and understanding where people might be coming from.
Because we don't know the backstory.
That's right.
We don't know their struggle.
Right.
We don't know their journey. We don't know, even if they have a rainbow.
That's right.
We don't know.
We don't-
So I don't judge. My grandmother told me when I was little.
Just because they have
don't
rainbow
judge.
doesn't mean they may not be an a-hole too.
No,
And there's that. There's people I love. But yes.
You think I don't have friends that are assholes?
Oh, I have lots of friends that are assholes. Thank you, burlesquers.
Jeez, Ronnie.
There was a recent performer that recently had posted something a little less than a year ago, going, being an activist is not being an asshole.
Sometimes you have to be.
Yes, but there's sometimes I think that people are like, being an activist is about the things you're really about. But if you're only focusing on just being an asshole, then what are you accomplishing?
If you use it as a camouflage,
Exactly.
that's the worst.
Exactly.
Those are the worst.
But there are things to fight for.
You don't want them people around you like that.
Oh, absolutely. There are things to fight for. Again, I think because we've been around a little while. A long while. I mean, I remember we've had friends that died in the AIDS epidemic when it first happened. I remember those days, but before there were, medications to prolong life.
And they died from the medication because
Yes.
it was all a test.
It was poisonous.
It was a test.
Yes,
The
and
cocktail they call
I
it.
remember the first time it was heart therapy, the cocktails. I remember living in San Francisco. There was people pulling them out, and there were people that died from medications. And I think people have gotten very complacent now with PrEP and the things that exist now that they don't know what it's like.
Now you can be on PrEP, but
Absolutely.
PrEP don't stop no STD now.
That is right. They have what's called Doxy PrEP, I think, now too. I'm like, it's new stuff. I'm like, wow. I remember when you were diagnosed with HIV that it was a death sentence back in our day.
Yeah, I had one T cell in 2001.
Wow.
I didn't know. I just
didn't know.
Got a rapid test on Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
I was laughing and joking with my friends.
Uh-huh.
A week later, got a phone call. Lawanda, yes, you need to come down right now.
Oh my goodness.
They said, had you caught a cold or a flu or pneumonia,
That was it.
died.
Yeah. And again, and here you are. This is what, 25 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's and undetectable. Again,
Thanks to AHAFH and Dr. Magnus. Thank you.
absolutely. Again, it's for those that know now, especially days, undetectable, that U does equal you. Again, I think people still have those stigmas too that don't understand what we understand from that time, and it still exists. It has not been eradicated. And again, there's a lot of people that I don't even think check themselves anymore because they're so complacent about it. Having that and then having to deal with your stroke and brain aneurysm. How was that as an artist and performer? Did you ever think it was going to hinder you, or did you know, like, I'm still going to do what I'm going to do?
Right. I was homeless at 16 in Portland. I lived in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And before my mom put me out because of my sexual orientation, I left on my own because I didn't want to put that pressure on my
I've been
family.
home since I was 17. Wow.
I lived under the Morrison and then the Burnside Bridge, and I went to the club. I saw Darcel 15, the show bar, and she let me audition, and she hired me. So she called my grandmother to allow me to work there, but go to a DJ booth and do the show with Prince and Michael Jackson, and
you do it fantastic.
And then I went out I was watching a drag show and I said, I want to do that.
Uh-huh.
So Darcel and Roxy named me. That was 1977.
Wow, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I've been a fan of yours, and I knew about you since the mid-90s. I used to work at the old plantation in El Paso, Texas. And it means some of your illusions are legendary. They are. And, as an artist and entertainer, just what you have brought to the table, whether you're into drag, just as an artist and a performer, again, nowadays especially, it's such a drag is such a hot topic. I'm like,
It is.
it's crazy
really,
what it is now.
Mainstream, like
Yeah,
over the top.
it's mainstream, but yet it's attacked now. I mean, in ways that I don't think it was in the past. Unfortunately, it's crazy. I think the biggest thing, you especially being a black gay performer, you see where it is now, where it's kind of like, and I do that as a gay, brown Mexican performer. I'm like, my biggest thing is I'm like, I do believe in diversity and representing our communities in every way possible, but you still got to bring it. I think that's, again, if the only reason I was getting hired because I was brown and gay, I wouldn't want that. I'm like,
No, I wouldn't either.
exactly.
I want you to.
I worked my ass off to be good.
What I work for.
Exactly.
No, I run it.
I know that. We're in that same page. And honest, we've all been, again, as we were getting to know each other in the early 2000s, I remember the first few times you ever came to see a show I directed or thing, you were always supportive. Even the first time you saw me when I was in the burlesque community, coming saw me perform here, you were always honest. Always, I always appreciated your feedback. And it's really neat because I seen you in Amarillo with David and Kevin of the 212 Club. The 212 Club in Amarillo. My husband and I, we own the R&R bar. So we get Lawanda was such a sweetheart at the 212 Club where she headlined just a couple months ago and did a shout out. I was like, that is so sweet. But that you get a shout out from someone the caliber of Lawanda Jackson, for some of us that know, it means a lot. And it's crazy because I knew you out there, but out here, there was a show I was at that I believe Ginger Grant or somebody were the host of, and who was our host at our Queer Spike, that when they found out you were in the audience, it was like, oh my God, Lawanda Jackson, the respect that you get from the community.
I don't see that.
You don't do that. I know you don't. I know you don't. But just how I've seen you with brand new performers, even down in Amarillo, Texas. Even recently when you were there, lend them a dress for a pageant. Acrylica Perrette and you were there in town, and you let her take a dress.
Costume.
Yeah, and your costumes are ornate and beautiful, just how magnanimous you are to do things like that. That you do help up and comers, and then that's the kind of example that I like to see.
I think because every time I feed somebody, even if it's a homeless or I help somebody who's disheveled, I was there.
You were.
I know what that's like.
And you had a lot of people that helped you when you had your stroke, with David and Kevin.
And let me tell you, Ronnie, because I did that early on as a child with no judgment, that's why I'm getting it back.
That's right. That's right.
Because David and Kevin took me to Amarillo, housed me, fed me for 2.5 years with nothing in return.
You did. That is correct.
Nothing.
And here you're all back out and about. Like, again, you have some shows coming up right now. You're going to be weekly in Palm Springs.
At Oscar's downtown Palm Springs. Woo-hoo!
Yay! So I mean,
7-year anniversary brunch coming up in next month.
Oh, fantastic! So if you're in Palm Springs, make sure to catch Lawanda Jackson out there.
The cameras out.
No, you're good. No, we're just talking. Okay. It's okay. And I know online you share that you do teach classes, pageant classes, pageant coaching.
I've been doing that now 8 years strong, and I've won best pageant coach in the last 3 years.
Oh wow! Is there a site where they can reach you right here that we can share with the audience?
I'm collaborating with Coco now. We're doing Coco's Drag Academy, Coco Matrice. I'm doing her Drag Academy. I've joined her with that. I'm also doing my own entity as well. So Drag Academy, Coco Matrice, or just me, Lawanda Jackson. You can find me on Grindr. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. You can say Grindr. You can find Lawanda on Grindr, y'all. Get you some. I love it.
Yeah. The kitchen might be broken, but the plumbing still works.
That's right. Yes, ma'am. But on Grindr's Facebook, Instagram, and again, and all the things with Lawanda Jackson. I'll share that when we're sharing the segments of this after we do the live show. But I'll share. I do have those again as the producer for the show. You're going to be doing for us next month. I have all that information to share for people that are getting into pageants or any actually aspect of performing, because it really, what you do transcends just drag. It does. Again, it does. It does. No, absolutely. Again, you knew that I got into burlesque only in the last 10 years. Before that, I was a theater guy. I got into film only in the last 10 years. But you came to see my shows as a theater producer and director out there. And again, it's
I love
being
that.
artistic. It's creating and having those creative forces that have a vision.
Ronnie, when people meet you, if they don't know, you don't say anything, you don't talk about it.
No,
You're just like, I have to go, that's Ronnie. You're like, oh.
I don't. I
said,
don't.
Ronnie, tell them.
I usually don't. You're right. At home, I don't. Out here, they do know when I'm traveling.
When you came to Amarillo, you came to see the show, you like said, way in the back.
No, but I kind of like in Amarillo, to be honest. Again, and no, it's lovely. It's neat to be
Acknowledge it.
well. No, that was lovely of you to do that. Usually, I'm the bar owner guy with my partner,
Yeah,
and I get to go home and go to sleep in a rest.
Bring your hair back up.
Yeah, put it up in a bun.
Yeah.
It's in a bun right now. Can you tell?
Ronnie, you're so silly.
It is. Let me let it down. But no, again, it's just neat to be able to have. I think that duality of living that. Again, as you're saying, I don't feel unless people are telling me, no, you are that. And at home, I just get to be. And I ask people to probably think I'm the biggest asshole. That it is true. I have people that think that absolutely.
No, why don't you cut up now?
I can.
With your eyes, you don't say nothing.
I can. But I'm also, like I said, not even that so much that I even want that anymore. Now I just like some peace and quiet now.
But what I like about you too, that you always involve people. It's not just me.
No, absolutely not.
That's a swan song, me.
Well, you're never going to succeed if you're doing that. I think what's best for me, it's not even all about talent. It's about, can I put together teams of people, and I always want to put together teams of people that know more than I do. Because if you don't, you're never going to get there. I want people that are going to bring more.
Remember about the bag?
Yes.
The bag you carry.
Yes, they're going to know more than I do, and that's how I'm going to learn and keep growing and get better.
I agree.
Absolutely.
When I'm in Palm Springs working with some of the younger queens, I'm watching them make up what they're doing, their hair. Even though I may do a more older version of it, but I told them last weekend, I'm learning from you all.
Absolutely. I'm excited. This is going to be the first show that we've ever done together in a month. Ever. I've known you.
I'm nervous.
Over 20 minutes. No,
I'm not.
Yeah,
I always get nervous.
So we're doing Queer as Fuck at Oddfellows on March 5th here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So tickets will be made available. We were waiting to get this show, so not tomorrow, but the day after, we'll have the ticket links, which will be on Purple Pass, and the final poster, which will feature Lawanda Jackson. We're going to take a break right now and bring in my co-producer for Queer as Fuck. We'll see you in a bit. I love you.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
Cucumber. Hi, I'm Malik Brooks Bay, here to talk to you about our film Hip Hop Dreams. So excited when I think about it. Cells in my body, they just scream out and they leap so much, my feet come off the ground. Yeah, man, I'm so excited to talk about it. I'm so excited to bring it to the theaters in 2025, but I need your help. Hip Hop Dreams is about these 5 guys surviving off heists, living in Las Vegas. And they realize that banks don't have much money in them nowadays, so it's not a viable option anymore. Banks got just debits and credits now. That's all it is, just a building with debits and credits. So they find a heist that's gonna set them up. It goes off, but not without complications. Now they're pursuing their dream. Nothing can stop them now. It's in bloom. The feds come, interrupt the dream. Now we have to go to part 2. Hip Hop Dreams, The Takeover. and then Hip Hop Dreams World Domination. It's a 3-part series. So some people have called it a cross between Purple Rain, Player Club, and Takers. However, we need your help to bring Hip Hop Dreams to the theater. We're about 70% cast. We've got about 80% of the locations identified and or secured. So, but to bring it across the line here in 2025, we need your help. So I'm here compelling you, begging you to donate to our cause to bring Hip Hop Dreams to the screen. Now, anything will help. We appreciate it. And I want to say thanks in advance for that. So if you donate something, I might come.
Hi, welcome back to Take One with Ronnie Lloyd Nanos, and we brought back, she's been a guest here before, Lily Starr, my co-producer with Pistol Lily Productions out here, and we're talking about Queer as Fuck Volume 3, which we're doing at On Fellows on March 5th. That's a Wednesday night. Tickets will be for $29 on Purple Pass, and tickets will go live not tomorrow, but on Wednesday, so we're ready to do that.
Yeah.
And our headliner at our burlesque and drag legend is Lawanda Jackson. So let's talk about some Queer as Fuck. Why do we do Queer as Fuck here?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, but why do we do it?
Why do we do it?
Well, we just like awesome performers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and we this time having it half drag, half burlesque.
That's what I want to ask you to. What made you come up with the concept of this mashup?
Well, for the longest time we were just doing burlesque, and I did it in Amarillo before twice.
Ronnie, I've never done a burlesque show.
It's half burlesque and half drag. Well,
47 years.
it's just neat that the communities are so similar. They really are, and especially doing a show called Queer as Fuck. I'm like, I need it to be more queer.
Yeah.
I need it to be. I represent the queer community as a person of color, and also, I mean, I've been facing my years in time. I'm like, people, it's so crazy. This last year, I had people that assumed that I was straight and white. I had won a title, and I'm like, no, I'm gay as fuck, and I'm brown, and I'm brown.
Right, I can see that.
Yeah,
Straight.
right. But I was one of those. I was like, you know what? To keep with the quality, we've been doing a Queer as Fuck show. Let's do a show that people know. Again, I want it to be more queer, more fuck. So it's going to be a little raunchy, a little, but sexy as fuck, all of that, and just, you know what? My biggest thing is we were talking about. I'm like, yes, representing my communities, but this is about entertainment, about people that bring it to the stage, and our local performers in Las Vegas, including Lawanda Jackson. We have Normally a Man, Xerxes Price. We have Dirty Merkin. We have Kiska Diva, hosted by Ginger Grant, and our burlesquers are Brawling Beauty, Lily Starr, Illy Royale. It's just exciting to have that mix. And so we wanted that, and to let our burlesque and our gay and LGBT community out here know, hey, this show's for you too. So that's where it came down. We wanted them, I don't know, they always felt, again, you're like, we've never done a burlesque show. I think people don't realize, I'm like, they're so closely related that our queer communities, we should all be supporting and seeing each other's shows.
Right.
And that was my thing, is with everybody that's in our show. That's why I'm going to get everybody's posters that they're doing, everything they're doing, and promote it to lead into our show. Everything that every one of our artists is doing.
And with all the new pronouns in our world,
exactly,
your show will have it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kiska, transsexual, she is fabulous.
Oh, Kiska's fantastic. Lovely person.
And the other thing we really wanted to do with this one, Ronnie had this great idea, is it's entertaining to the LGBTQ community. Okay, so what do they want to see? What's entertaining? What do they love? I'm not saying that's all they love, but it's like about that. Like it's a night about that.
We have some vendors too. We have some vendors that are doing some fetishy stuff up there, and some bondage ropes kind of stuff that they're selling. I think I have people that are selling like sex toys and poppers. I mean, awesome.
Exactly.
I wanted to feel like the old 90s circuit parties too, is what I was going for. I remember those days back in the day. Yes, and that's what I wanted it to feel like.
Yeah.
So I think
And I hope to take him from that because that was not where I was. So
but we were.
So you
But
guys-
we are from that.
And so I was like, go
it was
for it.
that
Let's do
feeling
it.
too. It's part disco, part fetish, part raunch. You know, I
Yeah.
love that, and that's
Yeah.
with our vendors and the whole Oddfellows has been redone. It's all like it almost looks like a leather bar. I mean, I've seen one or two of those. I read about them in books. Yeah, so the way Oddfellows look, and so it was just really that was the idea that I really. You know, I don't want to be out there. Look, we're doing a queer show that has rainbow flag. I'm like, no, these are actually it's fucking queer as fuck.
And you all pick the best host because Ginger, she appeals to so many people.
She does.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
She appeals to all of them.
Well,
Yeah.
and some of it for
Ginger's
me
really
too
good.
was bringing in performers, and I did this with the burlesque community. I do this with the film community. I tend to pick people that I've worked with that have honestly they've done for me. You know, when I was first coming out.
I love that.
Yeah, when I was first coming out here,
Right.
getting known in the burlesque community, Ginger used to host shows that had drag and burlesque and would book me. So I remember that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ginger was in my film, in Last Death Club. She's in the
Yeah.
film. And Lawanda has a film career as well as too.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Lily Starr is my co-producer. When I first came out here, I was taking burlesque classes at the Las Vegas School of Burlesque, was one of my first teachers. So for me, it's that payback. It's
Yeah.
that making sure I'm taking care of those who
Oh,
took care of me when nobody knew
So
who I
this is your
was.
full circle moment.
It's always like that with the shows.
You gonna shed a tear because you
Oh.
don't tear
Yeah.
Well, it's that way with even the film committee, having the people that I had on today. We all started off together and stuff. So even bringing in our burlesque legend today, Tiffany Carter, was one of the first people I took a class with at a burlesque festival, her chair class. And this time she's even put me up when oh gosh, I'm going to be in town. And well, you can come stay with me. Again, it's paying that back to people, taking care of the people who are there for me. They didn't have to be. And you know, and we talked about it a lot. You know what that's like. How many people you did that for? You put that out there. You know, being homeless and folks and who took care of you. And what's coming back to you, it's full circle. And that's how I feel about it. That's why we chose the people we do.
And
Again,
you light up when you talk about it.
yeah, absolutely. And having you again, I'm so excited. It's our first time we've gotten to work together. And I've known Lawanda longer than any of our guests. I've known Lawanda over 20 years.
Wow.
I was a fan of hers before I was even with my partner.
Wow.
And Kirby and I have been together for 21
Wow.
years. Didn't know that till they were
Well,
on the
and
car
I'm
ride.
so excited that I've met you and that we're hitting it off. It's great. I love it.
Well, so anything else about the show?
Well, no, just and the other thing is it doesn't have to be just. It's not like yes, it's a night that's great. LGBTQIA plus. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
You're good. You're good.
But regardless, beside
you're fine.
and so, but it's for anyone. Anyone who wants a fun, high energy, entertainment, exciting.
I want people to go watch the show
costumes,
and afterward want to go home and fuck. That's what I want. I want them to be horny after they see the show.
So really, the show is a box of Skittles. You have every color. Every
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Any taste you need visually,
It's
there.
gonna be there.
It's gonna be
Right.
there.
But it's also
Yeah.
it wasn't never done that way to check any boxes. It's just
It just happened that way.
It's just how it is.
That's who you
Yeah.
Again, I've always been that way about everything I do. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's just I'm excited about this. I've been excited about every one of them we've done.
Yeah.
But this one just and getting to work with performers we have never worked with.
Yeah.
Again, Lawanda and I've known each other longer, but we've never worked together.
That's
together.
great.
And this is
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, that's
So-
right.
But I know he runs a tight ship. I know you do.
Yeah.
All the time, I'm gonna look good. She said, yes, Ronnie. What do you need?
Oh, just to add to that, Lawanda is whenever I needed, promo material, this or that, Lawanda's had it in for months. So she runs a tight shift how she does.
Professional
That's why
on
she's a
top of it.
professional.
Yeah.
She does it. There's no question about it. I never have any question about it. I'm like, Lawanda will know what to do. I'm not worried.
I just want you to. I'm gonna give you.
You do already. You already have your stuff again. I'm like, I know we shared about what you're doing out there in the show, but we don't have to share with the audience. Yeah. If you want to see what Lawanda does, you got to come to see our show. It is going to be, if I'm correct, it's March 5th. I think we decided at 9 p.m. 9:30.
Doors open at.
Depends on what you put on the poster.
I'm going to do it tomorrow because I'm meeting with them tomorrow. It's going to be either 9 or 9:30, but I'll have it on the poster and on the ticket site, which is on Wednesday. And what's today's date? Today is the 10th. That'll be Wednesday, February 12th. Our tickets will go live. Our poster will go live with all our performers that are in the show. Yep. And we have a great kitten in the show. We've got our door person. And again, what's really neat about even our performers is almost everybody in this show is either a producer or working in several shows. So it's really neat to see everybody in that show and promote everything they're doing, and we all get to come together for this one show that one night. Yeah. And
you know also what you all have? You have 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5 stellar MCs on one cast.
Yes! You were totally thinking that. Oh my God, all of them.
We're like
Tiska, normally, I mean, fantastic MCs.
Yeah.
And I've gotten some ideas of what people are doing already. I'm ecstatic. I'm like,
so who's gonna wear the most makeup?
It depends on the day. I'm like, my hair's up in a bun right now, and I have a ton of makeup on right now, but nobody can tell.
We're gonna be painted.
We're gonna be painted. But yes, join us for Queer as Fuck Volume 3 at Oddfellows March 5th, either 9 or 9:30. Oddfellows out in the Fremont. Thank you. Can't wait to see you. We're going to take a break right now, and we're going to bring in our next guest, which is burlesque legend Tiffany Carter.
What an honor to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Okay, thank you.